Hi, I'm Damilola Busari.
My name is Chukwudi Chimezie.
We're associates at the law firm of Duale Ovia and Alex-Adedipe in the intellectual property and entertainment law practice area. Today we have an interesting topic to discuss with you, and we hope you'll join us for the ride. From vision to visuals. When you think about filmmaking, most times what comes to mind is the glitz, the glam, the money. Because, yes, when those movies hit the screen, lots of money is made by the different creatives involved. However, today we want to let you see the behind the scenes and how all of this happens. There's a lot of legal work that goes into ensuring that the filmmaking industry is actually successful. So, talk to us about the legal aspect, particularly intellectual property, when it comes to movies and the filmmaking industry.
Now, in the movie industry, it thrives mainly on the usage of ideas, creative works, and performances of individuals. Now, those ideas, those works, those performances are protected by intellectual property. Now, intellectual property rights, this could be like copyright, trademark, patentable. Now, intellectual property now steps in to ensure that the usage of the owners of these rights are adequately or fairly compensated. So in this situation, the filmmaker is making the movie and adequately compensates for the usage of creative works of the owners of the copyright or intellectual property as the case may be.
Okay, I want us to look at it step by step, the different intellectual property rights, and let's dive in so that creatives or movie lovers that are watching us would have a deeper understanding of what actually goes on. Where would you like to start?
Okay, let's talk about copyright. Now, copyright is like the ownership. Copyright vests ownership in the original owner of a particular work. Now, you don't need to have like an extra registration for you to own the copyright in a particular work. Now, this work could be the performance, it could be a script, it could be musical work, it could be literary work. Now, for the sake of the movie industry, there are a lot of things that copyright comes in to protect. For example, the script. Now, the script is a copyright that vests in yours in the owner of the script, like the script writer. Now, for the filmmaker to adequately use the script, the rights in this script has to be assigned to the filmmaker. Another thing is the performance. Of course, the acting and all that is protected by performance rights. Now, there has to also be legal documentations for contractual for the assignment of this right. Then we have the music. Now, now music comes into like
it sets the tone,
you get
the atmosphere.
You can get the atmosphere going and also ensures that the audience enjoys the movie. Well, in music, it could either be like an original work that's performed just for that set or just for that movie. Now, in this case, you get an exclusive license, an exclusive assignment for the movie from the owner or whoever you contract to do the song. But if it's an already existing song, then you get a license. You're licensed the song to use for a particular period of time. This is done by a synchronization license. And then there could be artistic works, maybe designs and all that can be used. So all these are protected. And to ensure that you're adequately protected, you have to like get the assignment of this right, because if you don't, it could be deemed that the owner or the initial creator of it still owns the copyright in the works.
That's interesting. So we've talked about filmmaking, copyright in filmmaking. What other intellectual property rights are involved in filmmaking and film production?
We have the trademark. Now, trademark protects brands, your brand identity. This could be like a name, it could be like a logo per se, but it's just something that distinguishes your brand from every other thing out there. Now, coming down to the film industry, the title of the movie can be trademarked. The characters, specific characters in the movie, promotional materials, and all that. Now you'd see that in the movie industry, there are times when the movie could be so good that it could roll over to become like a merchandise franchise or brand or something made in any other form. Now, for you to enjoy and exploit the rights in this, to enjoy every other thing aside just from the film, you have to like trademark the name particularly which you want to use for you to get ownership of that particular slogan or name or logo. So that's where trademark comes in. Now, it's pertinent to note that trademark does not it does not endure in you upon creation. You have to actually take steps to register it.
Okay.
So unlike copyright
that you get once you've created it already, it's automatic.
It's automatic.
So to say, trademark on the other hand, there has to be registration before you can get the protection for your intellectual property rights.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, you spoke about patents, and this one I'm particularly interested in. How do we get patents in movies?
Okay, patent is not necessarily in movie.
Okay.
It protects like novel technological maybe creations. So let's say in the course of shooting the movie, you come across like an easy way to shoot, maybe through like a novel software or a novel technological technique or something. You could actually patent this. So that's why it's just there. In as much as it's not common, but it's worthy to note that okay, you could be afforded this protection if you have like a novel idea or a novel procedure or.
That's amazing. So we've looked at copyrights, we've looked at trademarks, we've also looked at patents. For all of these rights, are they forever and ever and ever? Or there's an expiry date? Because I know that creatives would definitely be interested in knowing this.
Okay, for copyrights, it lasts for the lifetime of the copyright owner.
Okay.
And then even 70 years after. So his estate keeps on getting the benefit of copyright.
Brilliant. So it's a worthy investment.
I think so. And then for trademark, it's for 7 years. After 7 years, you have to renew it for another 14 years. And for patent, it's 20 years.
Okay, so thanks for sharing with us on copyright, patents, and trademarks and how these come to play in the movie industry. Let's talk a bit about the licensing aspect. I know that whilst you were explaining copyrights particularly, you spoke about licensing, you spoke about assignments. What legal frameworks, what legal contracts have to happen for movies to be successfully produced?
Okay, for movies to be successfully produced, you have to acquire the rights, especially where it's not yours. You have to acquire the rights of several intellectual properties that you want to use in your movie. So the first, not like the first and the other, but one of them is the music license. Now, for you to rightfully use the music in your song, especially if it's already existing, you have to obtain like a license. It's called a synchronization license for you to use the music in your movie. Also, there are also other contracts that also assign specific rights in the production. For example, the film actors agreement. Each actor in the movie, as I already said, has like performance rights, where their acting is captured in a fixated, in that tangible manner. So the rights also has to be assigned to the filmmaker for. Then also we have other types of agreements. We have the option agreements, we have the screenwriters agreements, we have co-producers agreements, and also location agreements and whatnot. But yes, the best things to consider is also to ensure that the negotiations between the parties are well documented and well reflected in the contract, and also the rights are well assigned to avoid any legal back and forth in future.
Okay, thanks for sharing that. I think one thing I would like to chip in here is that speaking about protecting yourself and your idea, it would be good to also have non-disclosure agreements, especially at those early stages. Perhaps maybe when the screenwriter is sharing his ideas with the producer so that there's that protection of his intellectual property, especially at the early stages when there might be pitches to different producers and what have you. Okay, let's talk about protecting your rights. Now, after we talk about protecting your intellectual property rights, I'd also like you to talk to us about what can be done when those rights are infringed, whether or not you've actually taken a step to protect them.
Okay, protecting, the non-disclosure agreements, as you rightfully said, before pitching your ideas with, any third party, you should have that in place to ensure you're well protected and your work is also, your idea work at that point is protected. And then there are also technological advancements in protection. For example, there's digital rights management tools online where you can track the illegal streaming of your work. Now you could take all these protective measures and your right might still be infringed upon. So when it happens, you have every right to seek recourse in courts. So the court could avail you legal remedies like injunction, damages, and also you can even seek account for profits or profit made from the usage of the infringing material.
Thank you very much for sharing. I'm sure that any creative that has listened to us, or in fact any movie lover, knows that when it comes to movie production, it goes beyond having a script, having brilliant writers, brilliant actors, cast and crew, and getting it into the cinemas or whatever streaming platform. A lot of work, intellectual property rights protection, goes into ensuring that the movie industry, the film industry is a success.